Every man reaches a stage in life where comfort starts costing more than effort. Days feel repetitive, energy feels low, and deep inside there is a quiet frustration. Not because life is hard, but because potential is being wasted. This is the moment most men ignore, distract themselves, or blame circumstances. Strong men listen. They understand that discomfort is not the enemy. Stagnation is. Real masculinity begins when a man takes responsibility for his body, his mind, and his direction. No excuses, no shortcuts, no waiting for motivation. Motivation is unreliable. Discipline is not. Discipline is what gets a man out of bed when he doesn't feel like it. Discipline is what keeps him training when progress is slow. Discipline is what separates men who talk from men who build. Strength is not only physical. Physical strength is just the visible proof of something deeper: mental control. Training teaches a man how to stay calm under pressure, how to push through resistance, and how to finish what he starts. The weight doesn't care about excuses. It responds only to effort. And that lesson applies to life. Life rewards consistency, not emotion. A man who commits to improvement understands that progress is slow and silent. There are no overnight transformations. There are early mornings, tired evenings, and countless moments where quitting feels easier than continuing. But every time a man chooses effort over comfort, he reinforces his identity. He becomes someone who can be trusted by others, but more importantly, by himself. Men who build discipline stop chasing validation. They don't need approval, applause, or attention. Their confidence is internal. It comes from knowing they show up even when no one is watching. It comes from knowing they keep promises to themselves. This confidence is calm, grounded, and unshakable. Pressure does not disappear as a man improves, it increases. More responsibility, higher expectations, harder challenges. But pressure longer breaks him. It sharpens him. He has trained under resistance. He knows how to breathe when things get heavy. He knows how to slow down instead of panic. He knows how to respond instead of react. Masculinity is not loud aggression. It is control. Control over impulses. Control over emotions. Control over direction. A disciplined man does not waste energy on things that don't build his future. He protects his time, his health, and his focus. He understands that distractions are expensive. This journey is not about perfection. It is about standards. Standards for how you train. Standards for how you think. Standards for how you live. Lowering standards is easy, but it costs everything over time. Raising standards is difficult, but it builds a life that commands respect. A man who commits to growth becomes dependable. He doesn't disappear when things get hard. He doesn't fold under pressure. He carries weight without complaining. This dependability becomes his legacy. Not fame, not attention, but reliability. The goal is not to impress others. The goal is to become solid, strong, grounded. A man who knows who he is and what he stands for. A man who moves with purpose, not urgency. A man who builds himself daily, quietly, and without excuse. This is not motivation for today only. This is a mindset for life. Show up, do the work, stay disciplined, and become the man your future depends on. As time passes, the man begins to realize that discipline is not something he uses occasionally. It is something he becomes. It shapes his days, his decisions, and his reactions. He no longer waits for the perfect conditions to act, because he understands that conditions are rarely perfect. Progress belongs to men who move anyway. This mindset changes how he approaches every challenge. Instead of asking whether something feels good or easy, he asks whether it is necessary. This single shift removes hesitation and builds momentum. The man also learns that loneliness is part of growth. When standards rise, circles shrink. Not everyone will understand the path of self-discipline, and that is fine. A strong man does not need constant agreement or support. He learns to stand alone without feeling isolated. Solitude becomes productive rather than empty. In silence, he thinks clearly, plans deliberately, and recommits without distraction. This internal stability allows him to move through life without seeking reassurance. Challenges increase as strength increases. More is expected from him, not because he asked for it, but because he proved capable. Responsibility finds disciplined men. Pressure follows them. But pressure no longer causes panic. He has trained under resistance long enough to remain calm when others react emotionally. While others complain, he adjusts. While others freeze, he moves. This ability to remain composed becomes one of his greatest strengths. Failure also changes meaning. It no longer defines him or discourages him. It becomes feedback. When something does not work, he studies it instead of avoiding it. He removes ego from the equation and focuses on improvement. This allows him to grow faster and stronger than those who protect their pride at the cost of progress. A disciplined man is not afraid to be wrong. He is afraid of staying weak. Consistency begins to compound. Small daily actions create results that appear sudden to outsiders but feel earned to him. He understands that most people overestimate what can be done in a week and underestimate what can be done in a year. Time becomes his ally because he respects it. He invests effort daily, knowing that discipline accumulates quietly. Emotionally, he becomes more controlled. He no longer reacts instantly to frustration or criticism. He pauses. He assesses. He chooses his response. This control prevents unnecessary conflict and wasted energy. It also earns respect because calm authority speaks louder than anger. He becomes a man others trust in uncertain situations. Purpose becomes clearer. He is no longer drifting or reacting to life. He is building something: strength, stability, and direction. He understands that men are at their best when they are working towards something meaningful. Comfort without purpose weakens. Effort with purpose strengthens. This understanding fuels his discipline even when motivation fades. The man also recognizes that growth is never finished. There is no final version, no arrival point where effort stops. Instead, there is maintenance, refinement, and responsibility. The stronger he becomes, the more important consistency becomes. Discipline is no longer a tool to change himself. It is a requirement to protect what he has built. This stage of the journey transforms a man from someone who is trying into someone who is reliable. He no longer talks about improvement, he demonstrates it. He no longer needs recognition, his actions speak for him. He carries himself with quiet confidence, knowing that his strength was earned through repetition, patience, and self-control. This is the point where many men look back and realize they are no longer the person they once were. They have outgrown old habits, old excuses, and old limits. What remains is a man who moves forward steadily, guided by standards rather than emotions, and prepared for whatever pressure comes next.